Okay.
I'm not signing nothing.
Okay.
I've been through the system, buddy. I know how
I know
it
you
works.
have. I know you have,
You're
Jeff.
not my friend.
Yes,
All you're
you-
trying to get is some stupid ass confession, and you're not going to get one.
One regular evening in 2011, an alarm sounded at a local 7-Eleven, leading to reports of an armed robbery reaching the police. When they arrived, the suspect wasn't there. After searching more, they heard noise from a nearby house and found a heroin addict with a gun. They arrested him, thinking he was the robber, only to discover he was Jeff Pearson, the actual culprit. This became a rare instance where a suspect battling heroin withdrawal outsmarted the police. The events of the next 24 hours were recorded by police cameras in the interview room. But unlike usual, the footage was uploaded to Jeff's YouTube channel. This incident elevated Jeff's status as a figure of interest within interrogation circles. Although Jeff spent nearly a day in police custody, the interrogation footage only totaled around 15 minutes. Normally, considering the gravity of the crime in Georgia, he could have faced 10 years to life imprisonment. However, Jeff didn't go to prison at all. Instead, he spent the day receiving hospitality while demonstrating expertise in handling police questioning. The footage offers valuable insight into police tactics and how to navigate them effectively. It begins with Jeff in a small, windowless room wearing prison clothes, indicating he had been processed and held in a cell while the police prepared to question him.
Am I under arrest?
For now.
I'm under arrest?
Yeah, I'll explain everything, but before I explain myself to you, before we talk to each other, I need to read your rights, okay?
Jeff begins by asking if he's under arrest and why, showing he's well prepared for the situation. This initial move indicates Jeff has done his homework, as this is precisely what one should do in such circumstances. From here, there are two options. If not under arrest or detained, one can assert the right not to answer questions and leave the interrogation freely. However, if under arrest, it's advisable to ask for a lawyer immediately and remain silent until one is provided. These options offer the best chance of halting police proceedings and crafting the strongest defense possible. Interestingly, in the United States, when being arrested, officers are legally required to remind you of these rights. You can hear this in the Miranda warning the detective reads to Jeff.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we question you, and have him or her with you during questioning. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer and you want one, a lawyer will be provided for you. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you'll still have the right to stop answering questions at any time. You also have the right to stop answering at any time that you want until you talk to the lawyer. Does that make sense? You've probably heard these before, haven't you?
These 3 points hold immense significance, often overlooked by ordinary citizens due to the fear of being arrested initially. Additionally, due to the frequent exposure to these lines in media like police shows and movies, most people tend to disregard them when being read their rights. However, this information is crucial as it ensures one's safety and protection while in police custody. What the detective didn't mention is that if you request a lawyer while under arrest, they are legally barred from continuing questioning, and you have an absolute right to refuse to answer any inquiries until provided with legal representation. Moreover, the detective concludes the rights with a disparaging comment about Jeff's past, subtly reminding him of his prior criminal record.
Do you understand your rights? Do you understand your rights, Jeff? Yes or no? Do you understand?
We're getting paid more than you are, so we can sit here for a long time, man.
I just need you to answer me yes or no. Do you understand your rights? Let's get through that question. Do you understand what I read you?
Jeff has been clearly informed of his right to remain silent, and he's choosing to exercise that right. Meanwhile, the main detective leans back in his chair, seemingly unconcerned with Jeff's silence, suggesting he's prepared to wait as long as it takes. However, such body language often indicates some level of unease. It's evident that the detective understands they're in for a challenging few hours ahead.
If you got something that says you didn't do this robbery, this is your chance to talk to us.
Okay, good cop.
No, usually I'm the prick.
You look like the prick.
I am.
When it comes to asserting dominance, Jeff just took everything the cops had and tossed it in the garbage.
I'm not asking if you want to talk to me at this point. I just want to know, do you understand what I read to you?
So am I under arrest?
Yes, you're under arrest.
Get me back to the cell. I don't talk to you much.
Okay, there you go.
In this initial round of interrogation, Jeff displayed precisely the right behavior considering his situation. He understands that the police lack evidence against him. Otherwise, they wouldn't be interrogating him. so he chooses to remain silent, and consequently, he's returned to his cell. However, 2 hours later, he's brought back to the same room for round 2.
You want a Coke?
Yeah.
You gonna be able to pop it open, or you need me to?
I need methadone.
You need methadone? I don't have any. Do you have medication for it, or a prescription for it? Or? What do you need methadone for?
Because I'm a junkie, and you guys, I can't get no methadone. I'm gonna go through withdrawal here.
All Jeff asked for before returning to the interrogation room was a can of soda. However, as soon as he's back, he brings up the withdrawals he's likely starting to feel. Methadone, the drug he requested earlier, can greatly lessen these withdrawal symptoms. It can even help reduce the cravings he's likely been battling during his time in police custody.
How long you been using heroin?
Long time, buddy.
10 years? 15 years?
I hardly been alive that long. What are you trying to talk to me about here?
Talk to you about what happened last night. Look, here's the deal. Either you're in a bad set of circumstances, or you went and committed an armed robbery last night.
Yeah,
right?
I'm in a shitty, wrong place at wrong time, obviously. I didn't commit no fucking armed robbery.
All right, then let's talk about this. Let's
I
not
don't
keep up
I
the
don't talk
act.
to the police, man.
Jeff is tired of talking about personal stuff and wants to get back to the main point. He feels like he's been arrested for something he didn't do and wants to leave as soon as possible.
Okay.
I've been through the system, buddy. I know how
I know
it
you
works.
have. I know you have,
You're
Jeff.
not my friend.
I'm not your friend.
You're trying to fucking get me. Or you're
No,
trying
I'm not trying to get
all
you.
you're trying to get is some stupid ass fucking confession, and you're not going to get one.
Jeff, I'm not going to get a confession out of you for nothing.
Exactly, because I
And
didn't
I'm
do
not
nothing.
trying to get a confession out of you.
Okay, I'm going to tell you, I didn't commit no armed robbery, and y'all ain't got no evidence saying I did. Let me go. All you did is find me sitting in my buddy's house because my buddy's dog's going ape shit. I go outside, there are cops everywhere, and they spotlight me. They say, "Come here." I said, "What's up?" They search me. They ain't find nothing. What's up?
Let me read this.
No.
Yes.
Because I'm not going to sign it.
You don't have to sign it. But let me read it for you. Okay?
I'm not signing nothing.
You don't have to sign it.
The irony is striking when the cop claims not to be after Jeff, yet he's handcuffed in an interrogation room being questioned. Despite this, Jeff's responses are flawless, almost sounding rehearsed. It's an impressive defense, especially considering Jeff may be dealing with withdrawals. Jeff also points out how cops often try to coerce confessions, citing the Reed technique developed in the 1960s. This method, consisting of 9 steps, manipulates suspects into admitting guilt, even if they're innocent. It's a form of gaslighting, as seen in the case that inspired its creation, where the suspect confessed falsely.
Tell me what happened last night. Plain and simple. Your side of the story.
I'm not talking to you. I'm a lawyer.
All right. This is what I don't understand.
I told you this
I know,
was
but
gonna
this is
happen.
what I don't understand,
What?
Jeff. You were sitting there talking just like you were ready to sit here and tell me what happened last night, and then all of a sudden I read that to you, and you screw it, I ain't talking to you. I want a lawyer. I don't understand that. What changed just in the...
Because I told you what, I already told you what happened.
You didn't.
How didn't I?
You didn't tell me what happened last night.
How didn't I
But-
just tell you what?
But now you've handcuffed me, and I can't talk to you because you've asked for an
I'm a
attorney.
lawyer.
So, okay, that's fine. But I will tell you right now, you're still on a hold for a robbery.
I know. I don't know why I need a lawyer because obviously I didn't do nothing. And obviously you guys know I didn't do nothing because I've been arrested for the same bull before, and you guys don't interview me this much. So, wham bam, thank you for the coke. Put me back in the cell.
We
That's
haven't
my
interviewed
home.
you.
Now, Jeff has requested a lawyer and is sticking to his guns, refusing to answer any more questions. But the footage is only halfway through, and Jeff's defense skills are only getting stronger. He's dismantling the cops' interrogation tactics bit by bit, and things are about to get even more interesting.
Well, here's what the deal is. I have enough evidence
What?
of the armed robbery, okay? But, you know, if you're saying you didn't do it, you need to give me your side of the story.
I didn't do it.
Okay, well, give me your side of the story. You got to, convince me. Because I got a lot of evidence. I got a lot of physical evidence.
Well, like what? Name me.
Well, I don't need to, why should I tell you that?
At this point, the detective is getting desperate. He realizes time is running out, so he's ditched any fancy interrogation tactics and is resorting to straight-up threats. He's trying to intimidate Jeff by falsely claiming he has evidence that could convict him. Normally, this kind of bluff would aim to make Jeff panic and spill more information. But instead, the detective uses weak arguments, saying that because Jeff hasn't cooperated, he won't help Jeff.
There's only a couple pieces of evidence I'm missing.
Name them.
What's that?
Name them.
Why do I need to do that? You haven't helped me out a lot. You give me a little bit, I give you a little bit. We go back and forth. I give you one of my pieces of evidence, and I give me a little something. All right? What time do you get over to Aaron's house?
No, anything I say here can and will be used against me.
Sure, but anything you say here, I can also tell your parole officer that you help me out.
That doesn't mean dick.
Now the detective is desperate, trying to strike a deal with Jeff. He offers to put in a good word with his parole officer if Jeff helps them out, but Jeff sees through the empty promise. What good is a gold star if you're stuck in prison for years? This shows that the cops lack evidence against Jeff and are aware of their dwindling time. Despite Jeff asking for a lawyer multiple times, they continue questioning him, ignoring his rights. Jeff keeps denying everything and pushing back against their attempts. They bring up the gun found with him, try to make deals, and even scare him with the thought of prison without drugs. But Jeff remains calm and collected, knowing he's close to winning.
I'm done, man. F this. I'm not even answering. All this that I just said is going to be written in the discovery now, right?
What? You haven't said nothing.
I mean, every little stupid thing that you've asked me, dude, is going to be in the discovery.
I'm not even going to do discovery.
The prosecutor is.
Okay. So, you halfway know the system, how things work, and you halfway don't. Am I right?
I half-assed know
Yeah.
that the only reason I came up here is to get a Coke.
Okay.
And I got it, but now I want a Butterfinger.
But that's not going to happen for a while.
What, the Butterfinger?
Yeah.
Why not? I need to go to the hospital. I'm coughing up blood.
Okay.
Let's go to the hospital.
In the last few hours, the police interrogated a man who was clearly in pain, refusing him access to his legally prescribed medication. They kept questioning him about a crime without any evidence. Despite this pressure, Jeff remained remarkably calm, even asking for sodas and chocolate bars. He knew that saying the wrong thing could make things worse, so he asserted his rights perfectly. 12 hours later, records show he was released without charges. Afterward, Jeff turned his life around. He's now off heroin and spends his time making music and sharing tips on avoiding police tactics on the same YouTube channel where the interrogation footage was uploaded.